What's up, everyone? My name is Jesse. This is the Auditorium. I react to video game music for the first time as a musician myself. Today is a return to this massive game, Undertale. We have two songs, Alphys and Here We Are, both from the channel Misaki, requested by kkcat. Thank you very much. Before I get into this, first of all, big fan of Toby Fox music, so I'm excited. But also, this is because it was voted on to go into my next episode of VGM Vibes 7, which is going to be a spooky themed video on video game music that's spooky. And Alphys wasn't part of it, but Here We Are was. Here We Are got a bunch of votes, so that's the main focus of this one, but these two were grouped together by the requester. So we're gonna hear Alphys first, and then I guess a spooky inspired Here We Are. That's it. Okay, both are short, but I think that's normal. They're not meant to loop, or so I've heard. This is Alphys from Undertale. This reminded me of Ren and Stimpy for some reason. I don't know why. It just did. Just has that like cartoon sound. Alphys. There's a lot of songs in this game. It says this is track 48. I could sort of hear the future Pokemon songs here. Slightly. Oh, it's almost over. You know, when I saw the track length of the song, I immediately thought, maybe I'll hear it twice. Sometimes if it's under 2 minutes, I'll hear it twice. If I feel like it, you know, if it did something. But I wanted to, when it comes to Undertale, it's such a unique thing in my life. Ever since I heard it for the first time, it's grabbed my attention in such a odd, spectacular fashion. It's so bizarre. It's all over the place. The community comes and tells me to play it, and then they go off how much they love it. People love this game. You know, they replay it all the time, and it's just like this is one of those games that you can't ignore. I feel it's just become its own, it's a classic at this point. It feels like, and so I wanted to keep it a little bit of a challenge to myself. I'm like, well, how much information can I get from that as a reaction in a minute and a half, a minute and 25 seconds? And truth be told, now, mind you, this isn't a bad thing or any sort of negative at all, because the point of this channel isn't for me to like rate songs or anything like that. It's just what I got at the time. In the nicest way possible, I got like nothing from that. It was so neutral. I didn't get a setting. I didn't get an emotion, sort of. But that doesn't mean I didn't like it. Like, it was... I don't know where I'm going with this, to be honest. It's just, Toby Fox is so talented that while I was thinking of how there was nothing going on, I was thinking quite a bit. I'm like, what inspired him to do this? I know he's got this kind of like mad genius scientific approach to it, to composing. That's where my mind was going as to what compelled this to come together, you know? I'm going to assume that the next song might have something to do with it, so my thoughts are being kind of like on a suspend right now. That's another reason I don't feel too much. It feels like it to be continued. And the only reason I'm saying that is because typically when I do these songs where there's two songs in the video, it's not always connected. They're just happen to be in the same game. Sometimes they follow each other, sometimes they're very relevant. But in this particular case, the requester put them together. So, you know, it before I even clicked play on this one, it gave me the feeling of, okay, what's, you know, why? Why is that a thing? But also the fact that, you know, when it came to the suggestions and voting for the VGM vibes, this one wasn't even mentioned. It was only Here We Are. So you can see my conflict here. There's just a lot of, what? Oh, okay. The only thing I really got from this was that it sounded jolly, obviously. It sounded very uplifting and just, I guess, happy. But as far, what I really mean when I don't get anything is like, nothing specific comes to mind. It could be a shop, it could be a stage, it could be a character theme. It felt very vague in that regard, but you know, that's not a bad thing. It's not like, well, I got no feeling from that. It's emotionless. It's just, I don't know what's going on. You know, I see a black image every single time with white text. It's so mysterious to me, which is probably why people are constantly telling me to play it, but you know, that's not really the point of the channel. It's fun though. It's fun to guess and to just see where it goes from there. But also the name, I have no idea what the heck Alphys means. We're gonna move on to the next one. I want to see if there's a connection here, if there's a similar feeling. Because if I'm being honest, this is the one. Here We Are. This is the one that got voted for to be in a spooky vibe, and I could kind of see Alphys sort of fitting that. Even though I said it was jolly, jolly can still sound creepy, you know, like a very maniacal kind of thing. So I'm going to assume that these songs lead into each other. Actually, nope, never mind. Alphys was number 48. This one's 83. Man, the confusion just keeps growing. Anyways, this one's longer though. This is Here We Are, one of the most popular votes for spooky vibes. Let's go. It takes a lot for me to dislike a song, so yeah, don't worry. I don't think I'm gonna dislike anything Undertale. It's such a good soundtrack. Well, this sounds... That's already like super dope. Ooh. Yeah, dude. Toby's like a mad scientist, like when it comes to this. There's a reason for everything. Ooh. This might be one of my new favorites from Undertale as a whole. I love the piano. Ooh. I love this. Ooh. Very reminiscent of like underground hip hop. Bit of dissonance. Oh man, I don't want this one to end. Dude, just even the attention to detail in those last 4 seconds, where it could have just faded into but it went into a you know, just changing just something as simple as a kick. Oh man, that was good. Okay, I don't know what my favorite Undertale song is. It's kind of like, oh, dude, I don't know. There was the one song that I just featured, someone with a saxophone solo. Like, I'm bad with names. I reacted to it a while ago, but it's dun 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 dun. Then there was like a saxophone in it. That was a really good song, and probably one of my favorites. But this right here, this is sick. You know, because I didn't know that I needed this. And what I mean by that is I didn't know that I needed to hear a chiptune version of old school hip hop, basically. Of course, you know, why doesn't that exist? How many instances can you use something like that? And what I mean by that specifically is I listen to a lot of genres, if you guys haven't been able to tell by now, but I definitely was kind of raised on like underground, like New York style, old school hip hop. Some people call it like backpack hip hop. Stuff that was, you know, very lyrical and, you know, things like that. And this is pretty reminiscent of that. This to me, I mean, I'll be surprised if anyone kind of like knows what I'm hinting at here, but this sounds like Prodigy and Havoc, aka Mobb Deep. This sounds like a Mobb Deep style beat if it was like digitized into a video game or something. I don't know how else to explain that. And it's rare that I even get to talk about stuff like that because, you know, it just doesn't happen. Undertale, like, the whole time I was hearing that, I was like, of course we went here. Like, why wouldn't we go here? There's so many genres, but it seems like they just take, like, Toby just takes the genre and then just, it's like, oh, well, what if we put it in a video game, but also did our own thing? Like, yeah, it's spooky, but it's a really sick version of spooky. Here We Are as a title is so ominous, you know, like, who's the we? Are we the we and like here we are, or is it like opposition? Here we are, you know. That's exciting to me. That's exciting. You know what? I just realized after 3 years of talking about Undertale music, I will finally have direct context because I've always reacted to it. But in VGM Vibes, that's a separate series. I have to be able to talk about the song, and what I do is I always research the song and I look at footage. So I will know what's happening here eventually. And that's exciting to actually put eyes to it, because all I know about Undertale that I've ever seen this whole time is a little skull character and just this, basically the same thumbnail every time. So that's exciting. But yeah, yeah, dude, this sounds like Mobb Deep. This sounds like the kind of beats Havoc makes. Mind you, they were like late teen, like young 20-year-old kids making these stuff. Probably their most famous beat of all time you've heard is Shook One's Part 2. You've heard that song. You've heard that song. But a lot of their stuff sounds like this, like Hell on Earth, Frontlines. Oh man, it's so cool that like I could hear that, you know? But the fact that it was, oh dude, that was great. I don't think anything's gonna top Here We Are for a long time. I think this is my favorite song from Undertale. And now I'm curious as to why these two were connected at all. Maybe it's just a coincidence. Maybe the requester just wanted to hear both and they have nothing to do with each other. I don't know. But the first one, again, I'm not saying it's bad at all. I just have no idea what's happening. And I don't even know what's happening here. But the music got me in this one. It captured me right away. It definitely has that spooky feel. It's got a very good piano, kind of keeping that momentum going. But I love the beat. The beat was... that was amazing. Because I know if someone were to remix this into actual, like an actual beat, like a sampled beat, it would sound fantastic. And considering the popularity of Undertale, someone might have probably have done it already. So if it exists, let me know. You know, which is funny because it's like, I don't know. It's like a phenomenon. I feel like Toby was inspired by that and then brought it down to a chiptune level. But it'd be kind of like this Inception thing where someone should take that inspiration and then put it back into, you know, like a hip hop world. Damn, dude. You guys got me thinking on this one. Here we are. Yeah, let me know about Alphys though. Alphys won't be part of the VGM Vibe 7. Like I said, this one will. This is the one that was voted for. So let me know what's up with Alphys and what's going on. If you guys want me to take a shot in the dark, I don't know. I've never even heard of the word Alphys. Like, it sounds like a made-up word. My only shot in the dark for Alphys, and this is just based on nothing but a complete guess, is that it's like a shop theme. No real reason. Yeah, that's my shot in the dark. Anyways, that was fantastic. Amazing votes. Dude, all the votes that I've had have been phenomenal. So you guys are really nailing this whole like spooky vibe thing. I'm getting all different aspects, different genres, different consoles. It's amazing. I'm gonna hear that again. Okay, cool. Well, I'll see you in VGM Vibes 7, a very special episode. You'll see soon. Thank you to all the voters. Thank you to the requesters, kkcat. All on Patrons. Thank you for watching. My name is Jesse. Peace.